So we've booked over 300 calls in the last 90 days, which means on average we're booking in anywhere between 90 to 100 calls per month. And I want to teach you and talk you through one of the ways we do it, right? So one of the systems that we follow is an outreach or an outbound strategy, and I want to talk you through what are some of the key points that you need to keep in mind to make this outbound or outreach a strategy, especially if you're just starting out, or if you want to save money on getting leads, right? Outreach and outbound is a very good way to save cost, but at the same time, really nurture the leads before coming in. It might be more effective than even running ads for your business or even referrals, right? So, what are the two main things that you need to keep in mind? So, number one is volume and follow up, and the second one is always keeping in check your benchmarks, right? So, talking about volume and follow up, there are three main elements within that. Number one is obviously that you need to do anywhere between, I would say, 8 follow-ups and a lot of engagement. So if you do a simple Google search, what you would realize is that most people, especially in the world of marketing, need at least 7 to 8 touch points before they even consider you, not even booking a call, even before they consider you. So as a rule of thumb, what we do is we tend to at least do, 8 touch points or 8 follow-ups once we have sent out that initial bit of message. And one more thing that we constantly do is that, either I do it myself or I have a teammate or an intern engaging constantly with the profiles that we want to get on a call with. This might mean checking out their profile. This might mean liking or commenting on their post. This might mean that you endorse them for a particular skill. It might mean that you send them relevant stuff, right? So having 8 follow-ups and constant engagement is key for an outbound system. If you feel that you're not able to book calls through sending out messages or DMs on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, definitely try this out, right? The second thing is going to be A/B testing of your message. So I have formulated almost, or I would say rather identified about 6 to 8 different ways of A/B testing messages, which I'm going to talk about in a later video. If you want, early access to that, comment the word Loom and I'll send it across to you. And the third thing that I do, which is very, very important, is use a CRM system, or or in simpler terms, a system where you can manage the leads that you're working with, and who you need to follow up with, like something like this. I've built it out on my own software sync up, so it's very easy to just come here, create a lead, right? Give it a title, like for example, White Hathi, Rajesh from White Hathi. I want to reach out to them, so I'll just put it here that okay, I need to reach out to this guy. I'll put his LinkedIn profile here, and systematically make columns and a system to follow up with them, get on a call with them, probably send them a proposal, anything of that sort, right? So these are the three key things apart from volume and follow-up that you need to take into consideration. And the second thing is you always need to work on benchmarks. If you're not tracking your metrics, right, you can really not make any progress, because whatever doesn't get tracked can't be optimized, right? Just I don't know, write that on a wall somewhere, right? Stick it on your wall in front of you. And what I want for you to do is, first of all, understand what are the current numbers that you have. So if you have sent 100 DMs, how many people accepted? If you have sent 100 connection requests, how many of them accepted that? Then out of those people, how many replied to you, and then how many people got on a call with you? For us, some benchmarks that we're looking at, especially on LinkedIn specifically, is like a 40% acceptance rate and a 20% reply rate, right? That is a rule of thumb. If you're not getting these benchmarks, it means that you're not doing something right. Obviously, it depends on the industry and the kind of offering you have, but this is just like a rule of thumb. I want you to build your own benchmarks for it as well, right? So I'm coming out with a lot of these series now. You'll probably see a video, every alternate day or every 2 to 3 days. So go ahead and follow me if you haven't already, and comment the word Loom if you want early access to our A/B testing of messages.